First off, I was born in Bar Harbor, Maine, in Bar Harbor Hospital, 12/4/26. We moved to Sullivan a little later years. I remember back to my 1933, but I grew up in Sullivan, went to Sullivan Elementary. That school isn't there anymore, and I can't even find where it was. And I went from there to the high school. That's just a building for community affairs anymore. But I was never very good in school. I don't know what they call it, but I call it wandering mind. Because I can be reading the book and my mind is wandering. I don't have a clue what I just read. I don't know whether anybody else has that problem or not, but that's the way it was in school. I like to read. I've always liked to read. But I never read any educational books. Just fiction and, what have you. Well, my father died in 1935 in an automobile accident. He was driving a Model T Ford coupe when a 35 Ford came over the hill behind him and hit him from the back and drove him into a tree, big tree. Of course, my father went out through the roof, and he didn't die till the next morning, early in the hospital. My mother didn't die till 1973, so she was my mentor about all my life up to then. Very good. I had 2 brothers and a sister, all deceased now. In 1950, I married my wife, Elsie. That was in Steuben, Maine. That was 1946. I got out of the service in March, and it was probably October or November 1946. My uncle had just helped me to purchase a Model A Ford coupe, and my uncle was a clam buyer. He had a box truck, and we used to pick up clams and then sort them out in the truck. Now, we were doing that one day when Elsie walked by, and John says, "I bet you don't dare to go pick her up." I says, "She's up, she won't let me touch her." He says, "A day to try it." So I went out and went home and got my car and went down the road. She was walking on the side of the road, and I pulled up alongside of her and asked her if she wanted to ride. No. Well, now? No. Well, it's Then I said, if it don't look silly to you, it does to me, just riding along, you walking. I said, if someone comes along and sees you, you're going to think I'm silly. So I said, you ought to get in anyway, and I'd take you to school. So she did, and I took her to school. And after that, I guess about half the time I was either at school to pick her up or went down to her house and took her to school. It was because she had about 5 or 6 miles each way to walk. 7 miles. I don't know, went together that for the next 4 years. I had different jobs. You know, there's one thing that I can never figure out. I have never, ever wondered, well, I have wondered, but never come up with any conclusive evidence of what I would like to do when I grew up. All through life I wondered, what would I do if I had the opportunity? I could never think of a thing that I would like, that I'd be interested in making a, profession of it. Doesn't that seem weird to you?
Not at all.
Not at all.